everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with an art journal page. So the thought process behind this layout kind of changed halfway through, and I really love it with an art journal page when that happens, because this first was going to be leaving this circle in the middle blank to put a quote in, and then I was going to write on top of these colours, and then it kind of changed halfway through. So you'll see it slowly change into something a little bit different. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going through all my paints here. I have my little trolley that I got from Hobbycraft to the side of me that I've got all my paints on, and I'm just going through with the brightest, most fun colours that I can find. I think I've done a lot of mainly blue, mainly green, mainly pink layouts, and I just wanted to do a layout that had every colour that I loved on. So I'll just go through and using this red, which is a Reeves acrylic paint, and then going with this yellow, which is again a Reeves one, just slightly blending the edges as well, just to kind of help them colours blend together so they don't look so sharp there. And then I don't actually know what colour I'm going with next. This pink, this is the Dilutions, I think it's something peony, something like that, and just painting it on quite roughly, not being too neat with it, making sure that I stick to that edge, and then blending it with the colour before. So I'm trying to work quite quickly because these Dilutions paints do dry quite quick. As you can see, I'm now going in with some of my new colours. This is the first time I've used some of these colours. So there's this gorgeous kind of pinky purple colour, which is just beautiful. Look how shiny that paint is. And I've just decided to put that next to the pink as well, again blending it in. So I just wanted to be fun and colourful. I was in a really happy mood when I was doing this. I think I had Stephen on the Xbox across the room, so I was kind of watching his game as well, so you might see me pause ever so often because I get quite engrossed in the game that he was playing. So then I go in with this gorgeous teal colour. So I do have a cup of water off to the side just to clean my brush in between, but I'm not changing brushes, just because you get a little bit of the colour before within the paint, which I think it helps with the blending. So I'm nearly done here, and I'm just putting this last colour on. And as I'm painting these bits, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what colour am I going to do in the middle? Do I paint it? Do I leave it? Do I just outline it? I really didn't know what I was going to do. So as I'm slowly putting this last beautiful kind of pea green colour on, which doesn't blend well with either of the two colours I've put either side, but you know, we make it work, it's fine. I kind of decide it's not going to work. I don't know what colour to put in the middle. I kind of ummed and ahed for a little bit, and then decided whether to just put the stencil on top. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make all the colours kind of come in a bit more, so that I could just put the stencil on top. So I wasn't going to use the stencil, but I'd used this stencil on a previous scrapbook layout, which I think went onto my Patreon, which was last week's Patreon video, and as you can see, I used a pink through it, and I decided that I was trying to decide whether to just do a white or to go put a black through, which was a little bit drastic, and I was just spending so long painting all these colours on and how beautiful they were. I really didn't know what I was going to do. So the one thing I wish I had done was let these paints dry, and then my heat tool was the other side of the room, and I didn't have a plug near me to be able to plug this in, so I didn't really let it dry. So when I did peel the stencil off, it did kind of peel up some of the paint, which is okay because I'm just experimenting, but in hindsight I kind of wish that I had let the paint underneath dry just a little bit so the stencil doesn't get stuck to it. As you can see, at this point I do then stop recording because it is a lot of just dabbing, covered in black paint. Peel it off, and as you can see, just at that yellow bit at the top there, it has peeled off a little bit of the paint, but How amazing does that look? This stencil is incredible. I'm just trying to fill in the little gaps here and fail miserably because obviously the black paint is still wet. It looks a little bit better on camera than it does in real life, but again, it is just about experimenting, and I love how this looks. It looks a little bit like a stained glass window to me. Um, Almost like, the background was already painted and I've just painted the black on top. So now I'm just looking for a quote, um, just going through Pinterest trying to find a really positive, beautiful quote to use. And I thought, you know what, I just need to do a little bit of detail with a white gel pen. These bottom bits had dried by this point because this is roughly where I first started doing the sponging of the black paint. If you know, the black paint I used was the Dilutions black paint, and then I realised no, it is still wet. Don't even try it. You're gonna mess your pen up. Um, so I think I do this bit down here, and then I do go off, wait for it to dry. As you can see, so the colour's a little bit darker, the lighting, sorry, but I do have to come back later on, just after I pick the kids up from school, and then I was able to come back and do all the little bits of detail with the white gel pen that I wanted to. And then I start thinking about my quote. So in the time that I'd taken to pick the kids up, I'd found a quote that I liked. So I decided, how am I going to do this? Am I going to cut bits out of this pink card? I did just want to write the pieces down and then write the words down, cut them out, and then have them kind of stuck on top. So I just used this backing card that came with some ephemera that I had, and just used the white side and then just wrote out the words separately on this piece of card and then stuck them on. So I'm trying to do my kind of fanciest writing, and I can't actually remember what the quote is. I did film this last week, so we will find out together what this quote is going to be. So now I'm just obviously looking for my scissors, because they like to go do disappearing act, and my favourite tacky glue, which I need to get some more of because this is running out. And I'm just roughly fussy cutting them, trying to make sure the edges are not too sharp, but not fussy cutting them very fussily, if that's a word. So I do a different font for this word art, just because it's supposed to be the word art. Do I have to write it artily? I don't know. And then I do decide to do the rest on this card. I do run out at one point, so I do have to try and figure out how I'm going to write the last word, which is the word colour. So you do see me kind of give up on a certain piece, on this bit of card, and try on a different piece. I think this quote is, "Life is art, live yours in colour." I think this is. Which is a really lovely quote, and I think it really went well with the background. I absolutely love this technique of painting and then having the stencil on top. I'm definitely going to try it again, probably with some sort of decoupage background, or anything like that. Just I don't know. I've got so many ideas to do with the stencil. It's incredible, and they wash up lovely as well. So I definitely recommend this. This stencil is from Art from the Heart. It was like $7.99. It's in the recent haul video for October. I am going to be doing my fails and favourites for October. I just need to find a time to sit down and film it. It'll probably be at some point this week. So as you can see, I'm just going through different bits of paper that I've got around me, trying to figure out how I'm going to write the word colour. And then I thought, you know what, let's just stick these bits down, because I'm going to end up losing one of them. So I decided to stick all this down, cover up that small white space that's in the middle there, that I didn't really like. And then I come back with a piece of paper, I believe. Oh no, paper? Card. I can't remember what I did. I'm flitting around trying to figure out what I'm doing anyway. I was just going to paint it straight onto the background, and then I thought it's not really going to show up against that black. I have just squirted some of the paint onto the left there, which will become a different page. So I did just go in with some paper and just use the paint from the backgrounds, the same colours, and wrote out the word colour. So obviously it's spelt differently here in the UK to it is in the US. So the quote was spelt the US way. So it really confused me. I had to sit there and say to Stephen, wait a minute, we spell it differently. So yeah, you see there's a little bit of a gap there where I'm saying to Stephen, I swear we spell it differently than that. Anyway, so it looked a bit weird to me, but I ended up just using it and cutting it out. Again, not waiting for anything to dry because I'm impatient and because the light was slowly failing me. So yeah, this is pretty much done. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. The next one will be up on Friday. I will speak to you soon. Bye!